What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And I hope you like this video. This is the Real Housewives of Miami season 5, episode 10. Listen, we pick up where we left off with this argument. Now, Larsa threw out this thing at Nicole when she was like, "Who are you to judge me and say you have to get to know me before I come in your house? I mean, I could talk about the things I've heard about you. I mean, I heard you slept with all the doctors at your job." Girl, what? First of all, like I said in my last review, I don't think it's ridiculous for somebody to say, "Hey, I'm not letting everybody in my house and my space and their energy come into my home. So I don't know you people, and I need to get to know you people before I bring you in here." And for Larsa to be offended by it is stupid to me. And Marisol co-signing that shit is stupid too. She absolutely um, had a right to feel that way. And again, y'all met each other, y'all got to know each other. Why are we still talking about that? And for Larsa to throw out there, "Oh, well, I heard that you slept with everybody on your job," that's rude and that's disrespectful. And like Nicole said, she was like, "Ho, you playing games now. Like, now you talking about my livelihood. Like, you can't just be talking about me sleeping with somebody on my job. Like, that's crazy." So then, of course, they get to arguing, and Marisol ends up calling Nicole fake. She was like, "You're fake." And Nicole was like, she's like, "But I would really like to get to know you and get to be," and Nicole was like, "What are you talking about? You just called me fake. How are you gonna call me fake and then in the next breath say, 'But I really want to get to know you'?" Nah, girl, we good. We are Gucci. You don't need to get to know me and I don't need to get to know you. We good. And so that's pretty much what ended up happening. Like I said, I hate when I watch ahead because I feel like I overlap myself. But anyway, the rest of the evening seemed to go well. Like I said, they got a chance to talk about um, her Alexia's son and how the program is helping him, and how instrumental it's been in him, gaining some of his independence. And they're loving it, right? So I'm here for it, and I think it's a great cause. And even though I got some issues with Miss Alexia that's gonna get worse, I do appreciate the fact that she did accept help and that she wants to help the organization that's helping her, and I appreciate that. We see Gertie having family night with the boys. That shows that she's following through with the conversation she had with her husband, saying, "Listen, I need to be more present. I need to be there with the boys." And they had a good time. They were playing the game that's on, you can put on your phone and you guess the clues. And her assistant was there, slash, family, friend of the family. And she said, "He's been with me for 12 years. He's like, he's not just my assistant, he's a family member." So he came. And it was so funny because one of the clues was horrible bosses, and he said, "Oh, you should give this one real quick." And it was cute, it was fun, and it was a nice fun moment, right? We see Julia meeting up with a friend of hers, who is a stylist. He's done styling for her. He's also adopted. His name is LaSalle. He's also adopted 2 kids. And so she's talking to him about adoption because her and Martina have decided they're going to adopt a kid. After they had that wonderful romantic date night. Um, Martina said that she's open to, she said they used to talk about adoption and then they kind of got away from it. But Martina is like, and she said she wants to adopt an older kid. She doesn't want an infant. She wants maybe a 3 or 4 year old, Um, and he tells her how hard it is. He said, "Listen, it's going to be hard. Like, I'm not trying to, fool you or mislead you in any way. This is going to be hard." He said, "But, of course, on the other end, it's worth it, but they're going to come in your house. They're going to, do a deep dive investigation. They're going to come 2 or 3 times. They're going to interview you. They're going to interview Martina. They're going to interview anybody that's going to be in that home. It's very evasive." And so, she said, "Okay, this is what I want." And so we gonna have to do it. And then they got to talking a little bit about the LGBTQ laws down in Florida. We know that the Don't Say Gay law and other things that horrible man down there is putting in place. Ron DeSantis, um, in my best El Teddy growl. But so they, that was a cute conversation. So then Gertie goes over to Larsa's house for them to have a little, a little kiki time. And they're talking, and, they just kind of, Gertie's talking about, Lisa and how she's been, kind of checking things at home on her own front because, she don't want to get blindsided and, none of Lisa stuff happening. Larsa gives us an update on what's going on with the kids. The one son is playing basketball, traveling, and I think he's in Europe. The other son is about to trying to getting ready to go into the draft, and the other son is with Scotty, and then the daughter is with her. Um, so then Gertie gets to asking Larsa, well, what happened at the event with you and Nicole? I came in towards the end. And so she's just kind of rehashing what it was. And she said, well, she judged me from the very beginning and she called me fake and blah, blah, blah. And while this is going on, we see Nicole going out to dinner with her fiance. Child, they're at Viola restaurant. They're in the private dining room. Child, I knew they was at a place I can't afford when she ordered caviar pasta. Child, I didn't even know they made caviar pasta, okay? I don't think I'd want to taste it because I have had caviar and I'm not impressed. I told y'all that before, that just because it's the expectation that rich people like caviar and eat it, that is not my thing. So I don't think I would like the caviar pasta, but just the fact that you were at a restaurant that serves caviar pasta, let me know that you are, and you eating in the private dining room, it lets me know that you are well above my tax bracket, okay? But anyway, they're talking about their engagement party that's coming up, and she tells him about the whole situation with Larsa. And she was like, I really feel some kind of way. Like, that is my livelihood. That's not just like, no, oh, it's just a silly little rumor. Like, you are literally spreading something that could get me fired from my job. It's not funny and it's not cute. And her husband, her fiance, I need y'all to know that y'all have been letting him slide with these little jabs that he's been doing. But he has been throwing jabs all season. And he's definitely been throwing jabs at Larsa all season. And it is hilarious that he just be throwing those little one-liners in there. Like, he could link up with the house husbands of New Jersey and he will blend right in. Because he's shady and he's funny. And I love him. I like him. I think he's hilarious. But while this is going on, over to Larsa's house, she gets a package delivered from Nicole. And it's a mirror. And it says, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fakest of them all? Look and see something, something, you're uninvited from the party. Or something crazy like that, child. She done sent a mirror to Larsa to tell her she was uninvited from the engagement party. Because she said, I just don't want that kind of energy. Like, that's just not the kind of energy that I want. Like, if you are out here literally spreading lies, you done call me fake, and you are literally spreading lies that could get me fired from my job. So, no, I want good vibes. I want good feelings, and that's not you. She also said her father is coming, but her father better not bring the girlfriend. I want to know what the problem with the girlfriend is, Nicole. Because listen, Nicole, I'm really starting to like you. I wasn't sure about you last season, but I'm really starting to like you, Nicole. But this whole father thing, I'm not feeling it. Now, here's the thing. I don't know your pain, girl. I didn't grow up with your father, and I don't know your pain. Okay, so let's be clear. I respect that. But I also feel like, fast forward 30 years. How long you going to make that man pay? How long you going to punish that man? He been dating this woman for 3 years. Now, has the woman done something to you personally? Like, is this a personal thing? Like, she disrespected you? Like, what is it that you have a problem with as far as this woman is concerned? Is it just because it's your father's girlfriend and you don't like the fact that your father's dating? Girl, your father in his 70s. Your mama don't want him. They friends. They talk every day. If your mama wanted him, I feel like she could have him. What you mad for? We got to stop being mad at our parents for living their life. You ain't got to like everybody your parents date, as long as they respectful to you. Now, if she's been disrespectful to you, then that's another conversation. So I need to know what this woman did to you, Nicole. Call me, girl, and tell me. Take me to that restaurant. We'll have some caviar pasta, and you can explain it to me, okay? So, they show Larsa cleaning up, child. They so shady. Larsa says she glad to be uninvited. They show her cleaning up that damn apartment. Penthouse. Condo. And they show Nicole getting ready, and Gertie calls Nicole and was like, girl, I was at Larsa's house when you sent that shady ass invite. Why you ain't tell me you was sending the shady ass invite? Because I was really sitting there looking stupid, okay? And then I didn't want her to feel like it was a setup. I didn't want her to feel like that, that it was a setup for me to be there when she got the package. I didn't know what to expect. And she said, girl, I didn't tell you because I didn't want you to be in the middle of it. Like, but ultimately, I don't want her there. And yeah, it was a shady uninvite, but I don't care. I thought it was classy. I liked it, Nicole. I thought that was a classy way to uninvite somebody to a party, girl. I'm here for it. You know what else I like about Nicole? First of all, this party is fabulous. Nicole, I'm going to have to tag you personally in this video because I really want you to see it, girl. This party was fabulous, ma'am. It was fabulous. I wish I could have been at that party. They found an old bank vault. Now, they had met down to the Bellagio in Vegas. And so it was like a whole, you hit the jackpot theme and a bank vault. I love it. It was gold everywhere. It was money everywhere. Of course, they had the cocktails. They had the 360 photo booth. They had live entertainment. They had the people on the trapeze artists doing acrobatics and stuff. It was great. You know what else I love? Nicole and her fiance were the first ones there. They didn't play that, oh, we're going to arrive fashionably late game. No, they were like, we're going to be here to greet our guests. And it was a real party. Y'all know the difference between real events and events they just do for the show. This is a real party. And it was gorgeous. And Nicole had on white. Now, she did give us a good old costume change, but her first outfit was white. Now, Marisol wore white as well. Now, the minute I saw Marisol's outfit, I was thinking, ooh, girl, that's probably not a good idea. Now, I know it's not the wedding, and we know you're not supposed to wear white to a wedding, so I didn't think it was the wedding. However, I don't know if I would have picked white. And, of course, Nicole made some jokes about it and made some little snide comments in her confessional about her wearing white, but it's okay, girl. Julia was there, and Julia looks beautiful, and no, she did not bring none of her animals, okay? She didn't bring none of her animals, and she looked beautiful. And Nicole let Julia know that she had uninvited Larsa to the party because she didn't want her kind of energy there. And Julia was like, girl, I'm here for a high five to you. Now, Kiki shows up, baby, and Kiki shakes the hell out of Julia. Why? Because Julia uninvited Kiki to her party, okay? And Kiki was like, girl, I will ignore her until the cows come home. I don't have nothing to say to her. I said, I know, that's right. See, that's me. Kiki must be a Cancer. Because when I say my ignore game is strong. Do you hear what I'm telling you? Strong. And Julia was sitting there looking crazy. Just looking, because she didn't know what to do, child. She didn't know whether to try to press the situation or let it flow. She didn't even know. Marisol shows up. Alexia. I don't know why I always want to call that woman Alexandra. Alexia shows up. Now, Adriana is bringing her boyfriend, the not married doctor. And he done brought his paperwork with him, child. He done brought his paperwork to prove that he is not a married man. Gertie is there with her husband looking all fine. Her husband's cute, child. And Nicole's dad shows up. Listen, Nicole's dad is a character. He's a character. And yes, he probably does drink a little too much. And when he gets to drinking, he probably does a little too much. He probably does a little extra. But Nicole, girl, at this point, you just got to accept the man for who he is. Marisol saw him and said, I could definitely see that he was one of them drug dealers from the 80s, child. I could see him. He my kind of people. And Marisol was hilarious. She said, I want to party with you, okay? He had his shades on. And her father was flirting with Kiki, talking about, I love it when you call me Big Papa. He knew the bartenders. Nicole was like, of course you would know the bartenders. Like, it was fun. Like, I thought he was fun. Now, I can understand how when it's your father and he's unpredictable, I can understand how you might not know what's coming. But Nicole, girl, you need to really work through that. Later on in the episode, we see her talking to her friend/therapist. And she basically told her the same thing. Like, girl, he showed up. He didn't bring the girlfriend like you asked him to, and he didn't embarrass you. I mean, he might have drank a little too much towards the end of the night, but he didn't do nothing crazy to embarrass you. Your friends loved him. They had a good time talking to him. Girl, let it go. Let it go. But again, I don't know your pain. I didn't grow up in your house. I don't know what you're holding on to, but I think you need to let it go. I think looks like another love, TKO. Teddy told us to let it go, okay? The food looked good. Everybody looked good. So, of course, you know they got to come together and they got to talk. So they're talking. And, of course, Gertie pops it off by letting them know, Larsa was uninvited, after the way, she called Nicole fake, she uninvited her to the party. So Nicole comes over there and Nicole stands in it. Nicole is like, yeah, she's playing with my livelihood. Like I slept with everybody. That's not cool. That's not funny. That's a joke. It's not a joke. Now, Alexia is defending Larsa, talking about it's not a problem. She can say what she wants to say. I don't see what the big deal is. We all say stuff here. We all make comments. What's the problem? What's the problem? And Nicole is trying to explain to her what the problem is. Now, here's my thing. And I know we take this out of the world of Housewives. Let's just look at this as a normal conversation, right? when a person, you may feel a certain kind of way, you might feel like it's not a big deal. Why are they tripping? What's the big deal? But once somebody explains to you, this is why it's a big deal, then I feel like at that point you should be like, oh, you know what? I never thought of it like that. I understand where you're coming from. I still feel like you and Larsa can get past this. But no, Alexia stands 10 toes down in it, and she's steadily defending Larsa and acting like Nicole is overreacting. And Marisol even tries to comfort Nicole. Baby Nicole pulls back from Marisol and was like, no, y'all need to understand that this is serious. Like, this isn't a joke. I feel bad for Marisol because Marisol in that moment really wasn't doing nothing shady. She really was trying to, like, help you out, girl. But I understand why you were like, I'm over this. This is some bullshit. I'm over it. So Nicole was like, look, I'm about to go have a good time. This is my party, and I'm not about to spend this whole night with y'all. Say what I had to say, and I'm done. So then Adriana and her boyfriend. Now, I felt like, although I understood why he was upset and where he was coming from, I felt like he was doing a little too much. He said, well, I would like to propose a toast. And they were like, oh, okay, what's your toast? He was like, I would like to propose a toast to people minding their business. I said, ooh. Ooh. He said, I would like to propose a toast to people minding their business and people knowing what they're talking about. So he pulls out his divorce decree and says, I'm not married. Here's my divorce decree. So he goes to hand it to Alexia, and he gonna say, I'll let you see it if you can read it. If you can read. That I felt like was going too far, sir. That was disrespectful, and immediately Alexia is on the defense, as she should have been. That was disrespectful as you know what. For you to say to that woman, if you can read. Now, the reality of the situation is, you were wrong. Just Alexia, girl, you were wrong. The man is divorced. Let it go. She's still trying to fight, saying, well, look here. It says that your marriage is still current. It doesn't say anything about a divorce. She gonna pull up her receipts. Girl, what you think that man went and doctored a divorce decree? Like, now, and here's the thing. Was Alexia wrong for telling Adriana your man is married, or the word on the curb is he's married? Absolutely not. That's what you're supposed to do as a friend. You're supposed to let your friend know. That's what you're supposed to do. The problem is, let it go. Because once you put that information out, either she going to stay with that man or she not. Either she going to investigate for herself or she not. Girl, let it go. Looks like another love TKO. Let that thing go, girl. Anyway, y'all know how they do. That was the end of the episode. The argument going to carry over to the next episode, child. But let me know what y'all think. I'm almost caught up. One more episode and I will be caught up, you guys. So tell a friend, share me out, let the people know I'm reviewing the Real Housewives of Miami, okay? I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.